Oh, you can't talk now. You can't talk now.
Yeah, I can.
Go for that.
Welcome to
I'll,
the
I'll,
Immaterial Gamers Podcast, episode Ryan. episode.
Episode Ryan. Yeah, it's episode Ryan. Hi.
I like that episode.
Yeah, I like episode. I was more of an episode Prompto fan, to be honest. But Final Fantasy 15 will do whatever the hell it wants. No, it's episode 232. 232. And it's the first live podcast of the year.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Razor blade, na numa numa.
I got that song stuck in your head now.
Numa numa. My ya hee. I don't know what else. I'm saying. That's how we started. Yeah, we've completely lost it this year already. It's great.
We're going back in time for memes.
2023, we're in a situation where there is currently an insurrection going on in Brazil. That states what's happening. I don't want to start with politics already. Whatever's happening in Brazil is going to happen. But let's think of it this way: right-wing president gets ousted by left-wing president. People can't take it. They decide to invade.
Take over the world.
No, they're not. Well, no, Pinky in the Brain would be a little bit better. But So
Speaking of Pinky.
Speaking of Pinky, should we just advertise that straight away? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the LEC. I want the
taking a break.
LEC back so I can spam in the chat. I want the
taking a break.
LEC back tonight. I know you're taking a break. Yeah, but whatever, you moany. Oh yeah, by the way, Terry.
That's
no,
what I'm going to spam the chat with.
No, Terry.
Yes.
Stefan. No, wait. Stefan.
Yeah, we should introduce everybody.
I was about to say, are you pointing the right way? Because to me,
I was at the time.
I don't know where people are anymore.
Terry's here.
Oh yeah.
Stefan's here. Whoop, Stefan's there.
Terry's here. Terry's here. When my hand disappears.
And I'm right.
Ryan's a little girl.
I stare into your soul.
Maya.
How much of that song can you keep singing until they go, no?
Well, if we only do it in little bits, it's look. Let's be honest.
I believe if we're singing it, we're allowed.
Let's think of it this way: from what Duncan was basically putting through in the development chat, doing stuff on YouTube is just like it's impossible now. It's absolutely impossible now. I should really put. Hold on. There's going to be some. There we go. Put my Firefox over there because I want to load up this tweet. So yeah, YouTube has, before we get into the Fantasy League, YouTube has decided to change their policies that are just absolutely demonetizing any channel for violent content. So all those YouTubers theoretically who do stream, who record nothing but horror games, should be not making any money whatsoever because it's violent and not safe for children, even though it's marked as not for kids and
not safe for work.
Stuff.
What about COD and stuff?
Oh, for COD. Oh no, military shooters. Hoorah, hoorah. That'd
They
be
need
fine.
them games so they can slowly employ kids to do drones.
But here's my thing on this. What Duncan had put in was it was a YouTube video from someone that he follows on here, a guy called RT Game. He's like an Irish YouTuber. I'll put the link. Can we just copy the link? I just want to copy the link. I don't want to watch the video. I already watched the video. No, your entire channel has been demonetized. That was an awful Irish accent. I apologise to every Irish person.
It sounded the same as normal to me.
Wow. Anyway, yeah. So he talked about how YouTube had demonetized most of his videos because swears happened in the video. There's been the usual 30-second. The old policy was if you said a heavy swear word in the first 30 seconds of the video, for example. So if you went and said, "All right, mother fudges," replace fudge with
fudges.
Fuck. The
I
video
what
the video
happened.
would get demonetized if you put it in the thumbnail. Understandably, you get demonetized. So on and so forth. He said something like an hour and 21 minutes into a video, it got demonetized. Because it's not safe for
really?
kids. Because he should have not swore. Apparently, they also said that he said the N word in the video, which he as a white Irish man would never say. But he appealed. They came back to him by saying, "No, your appeal's unsuccessful because you said this. You can now no longer appeal."
Okay.
What? So combine that with what I just what I will share here is a tweet from OSW Review. They do old wrestling reviews.
I'm
so
being blocked out by a kitty cat.
You're
It's
being
blocking
blocked
my
out by a
light.
kitty cat. You always
This
get
is our
blocked out by
newest
the kitty
feature
cat.
to the family.
So
Xena, warrior princess of Xena.
So what I've now posted in the chat is the tweet from OSW Review that have shared a spreadsheet of all words that have been hit by demonetization if you use them in the title of your video.
Squirrel monkey.
Squirrel monkey, that's such a bad word.
So there's a Google Doc that contains stuff, and I just want to have a look at some of the funniest stuff that
I
could
like
be.
the I'm Rick.
I'm Rick Ross, bitch.
Yeah.
Is one, but yeah. So anything in green on the spreadsheet has been used or whatever has been monetized.
We have the spreadsheet.
I've put the link in the chat. But
We have a chat.
Yes, we have a chat. I know sometimes when you do a podcast, the only thing you can see is a Space Engineers or Minecraft window, but outside of that,
That's a lie.
There's stuff
Sometimes
outside of that?
Sometimes it's Warframe. Sometimes it's Guild Wars. What else has it been in the past?
So-
Well, that wasn't
anything
very
else
nice,
that I play?
Xena. So to go on this, by the way, according to the spreadsheet, it does say the list should not be viewed as banned words on YouTube. You might have monetized videos that include these words, but it is a reference that when videos have been demonetized, these have been the words that have come up, and some are obvious, like 9/11, hashtag free the nipple.
Why free the nipple?
Boobs. AIDS.
I get that
Al-Qaeda.
bit,
I'm
but
gonna
why?
free the nipple.
I don't know, because it's usually that.
I'm gonna free the nipple. Ryan.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah, anything that is considered not advertiser friendly. But
Ryan,
currently on this, what?
I'm gonna free the nipple.
Stop it. Well,
Hashtag
this
me
is
too.
another video that's demonetized on YouTube. The thing that's got the thing that's got so many steps to hit monetization that it really is not worth it, and I keep mentioning that. It's not worth it. At this point, the only way you can be successful in earning money on YouTube is if you have already been successful in earning money on YouTube, which does bring me into the case. I bet YouTubers like Markiplier, who do nothing but horror videos, will not be affected by this policy.
I love the fact the word 69 you can't have, but you could probably staple 69 over everything.
Yeah, but here's the funny one on this. If you
boobs.
If you look down at boobs, if you look down at boobs, that's on this
calculator.
list. No, someone's said there's been situations on it where boobs is allowable, but boobs is not. It's
Ability? Abilities?
Right, anything in green is fine, remember?
Okay. So wait, so they just made a list of every single goddamn word on the planet?
Yeah, they've had to look at every word that's been used to see whether it's demonetized, because something is putting the wrong word in the wrong place with no prior knowledge can stop you from earning money on your videos.
I'm sorry, but Terry, we can never play Space Engineers. We can never say a bar.
No, I mean, you can, just as long as it's not in the title of the video. But this was the funny thing, so here we are. 3 O's in boobs was fine. 4 O's, fine. 5 O's, fine. We draw the line at 7.
7 O's and boobs.
Yeah,
And it's really, Xena, you're gonna knock everything over?
she will. Something as silly as bra. Jesus, bra.
Allegation?
Yo, brah.
Yeah. it's just-
Allegations.
So yeah, we
Okay.
could spend all day looking at that, but that's why I'm pushing Twitch over YouTube.
I'm confused, Ryan.
You're confused to
So,
Ryan.
No, I'm not confused too, Ryan. So
Okay.
when we have news that's an allegation to let's say Blizzard
Said
doing
it, you push
something,
it
we're buggered.
Yeah, probably Blizzard will add for demonetization these days. So
Should I? Hold on, let me scroll down to get to
yeah,
the bees.
can you just double check for Blizzard for me, please?
Hold on, this A column is massive.
Yeah, like I say, when you're looking at the entirety of at this point, you're looking at the entirety of the bloody dictionary.
I bet Blizz is probably out.
Yeah.
Oh no, Blizz is not. Blizz isn't even on this list.
Oh right, we can do it. We can talk about Blizzard until.
Woo!
Let's keep going.
Do we have a what the fuck Blizzard this week?
We don't actually.
Damn.
I know. Which is funny
Oh,
because you've
can't
been.
do Blizz.
It's funny because you've been playing a Blizzard game.
Yeah, I haven't.
Some little known game. No one knows about it. Apparently, it's it's a complete indie darling. Was it World of
Okay.
Warcraft?
World of Warcraft, I think is what it's called.
Before we carry on that, Steph, come on.
There's some words in this that some things in the bees like bladder cancer. I'm sorry. So if I were to make a video to make people more aware of bladder cancer, I'm automatically gone.
Demonetized, not banned. Just take that into account.
Yeah, I know that, but what about if my whole thing's about cancer?
What if you're trying to raise money off your YouTube video to raise money for that cancer?
Are you iJustine? Are you Markiplier? Are you, I don't know, whoever one of the top YouTubers are at the moment? If you're not one of them, tough tits. Oh shit. Oh
You just
damn.
said one. You just,
God.
you just said all the words that you're not allowed to say.
World of Warcraft.
Wait, any type of cancer is out of this.
So you can't put cancer, any type of cancer, in your
video.
Oh, something context. Won't somebody please think about the children?
Yeah.
Warcraft.
Yeah, Warcraft. I started playing Warcraft again after quite a few long millennia.
After a few long millennia and saying to me you would not play that again.
Yeah.
You don't have the time for it. I can't do this anymore.
Right now.
You have the time, and therefore...
Actually, I haven't bought time in the game yet.
Right.
I tried the 3 days, was it, free?
Mm-hmm.
Where you can make... you get 3 days free, and if you're playing on the new race, which is Drakthir, whatever, it's a dragon-like race.
Yeah.
You can go above the level cap of 60.
Right.
Only on that character.
Okay.
Up to, I think, 62 or 63 or something like that. You can go a few levels. Basically, it'll allow you to view the new expansion ever so slightly for 3 days.
Right.
Just 3. But if you bought the game, if you bought the expansion before January 2nd, you'd get 30 days of gameplay.
30 days.
So I've said I might as well get the game and get the 30 days.
Right.
So I've done that, and I've hit 70. It's pretty easy to level. You can level just about any way you want. You don't even have to do quests. Don't even have to grind. I leveled most of my 68 to 70 off of mining.
Huh. Oh yeah, because this is what I've been told, and now another confirmation of that is that basically this expansion seems to have gone along the idea of horizontal progression.
Yeah, this expansion is more play the game how you want to play
Mm-hmm.
rather than grind everything out. Like I don't even know yet if there's proper dailies. There is reps, I know that.
Yeah.
There's renowns for different factions. There's 4 main factions. And yes, there's reputations with those. So if you gain reputations with those factions, you can um, get specific things. So there is rep, but I don't know if there's dailies for those reps, or if you just have to. Like I've read something about world missions.
Mm.
You can do world events in those uh, zones to get rep with the factions that you're working for, that you're trying to work for.
Right.
But I just recently hit 70, so I don't really know all that much that's going on. But when I did hit 70, I was like, okay, well, I'll just queue for a dungeon to get some gear.
Mm.
I'm technically a healer, but I queued as a damage dealer because I figured less
Forever.
important. That way I can just get pulled through, take a long queue, and get pulled through a dungeon dealing. Like I switched to a DPS spec and did damage.
Yeah.
But we got about 6 mobs in, and I got removed from the group.
Oh.
No warning, no messages, nothing. They just removed me from the group.
Nice to see WoW's friendly with pugs.
Yeah. So I looked at, I had damage meters open, and I looked at my damage, and I was doing less damage than the healer. So I'm assuming that's why I got removed.
Yeah. But
But
were you
I,
fine? Was the run
I,
going okay?
I wasn't dying. Nobody was dying. I wasn't. I don't know. Everything seemed to be going fine. But yeah, I just got removed, and then I went to queue again, and I was on a 30-minute queue delay because I got removed from a queue.
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Someone kicked you, and it is now preventing you from joining a queue.
Yeah. 30-minute
Blame
queue delay because I've recently queued.
What the fuck, Blizzard?
Yeah. That kind of pissed me off.
So this is the thing on this. People can remove you for any reason. It's a vote kick.
Yes.
So people have now screwed you over because you wanted to try and get gear.
Yeah. I wanted to get gear the way I enjoy getting gear, which is doing dungeons and raids.
I'm getting pulled along.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it wasn't a
Yeah, but
heroic dungeon.
so it was
I
a
didn't queue
it
for
was a
the
normal dungeon.
Yeah. They have mythic plus dungeons. I queued for dungeons, just standard dungeons, level 70 dungeons.
Dungeons at that point on those
There's no
levels
heroics, I don't think,
on
or at least
on
I can't see how to queue for heroic or thing.
yeah, you
But
wouldn't
there's now
usually the way on that you wouldn't be able to queue for heroic back when sort of I was playing it. The
unless your
whole
item
idea
level's
is that
higher.
you needed a certain item level in order to do it.
Yeah. So anyways, in the queue list there's now dungeons, there's PvP, and there's Mythic Plus.
Yeah.
Which I believe is basically the heroics.
Well, that's it used to just to be so it used to be normal, heroic, and then mythic. And then Mythic Plus was sort of a challenge system.
Okay.
So the idea behind it is that you would do a mythic dungeon, and that would then get you a key to then do the next level of mythic dungeon. And the higher up the scale you went, the more modifiers were put in to make it more difficult. But you would then get
Oh.
sort of Mythic Plus would be then sort of like another set of gear stats. So Mythic Plus was just for those, and generally at that point Mythic Plus was also group only. There was no matchmaking initially at the time, so you'd need to
Yeah.
find a group of people before you did such a thing. But no,
But yeah,
there's
like
something of an issue with grouping and being friends with people on there if the base level content that's so forgiving compared to other difficulty levels is being gatekept by people to the point that you're getting vote kicked for not necessarily doing anything wrong, but just not being up to snuff.
Yeah, I was not very happy when I
And then
got
punishing the
removed.
person who was kicked because of it.
Yeah, like that's the part that pissed me off. I was like, okay, you know what? I don't know any of the dungeons, so maybe we're in a hard dungeon, and
Hmm.
maybe they want better people. Okay, if for one, it would be nice if they told me.
Mm-hmm.
Just said, hey, we you're not able to keep up with the DPS. You don't have the gear or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, we need to get somebody that can actually deal some
So
damage.
yeah,
Okay.
this is going to be tough for you. We need someone else. We'll try somewhere else.
Yeah,
Get X,
but
get
no,
Y. For us,
just
and I know that there are people who look at the bad side of, and this is what I have to compare to now. So there's Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy 14 are the RPGs that I'm playing at the moment. People in, I keep hearing that there's issues with, let's just say, lechy people, bit of leery, scumbaggy types regarding roleplay and conversation, social with characters in Final Fantasy 14. But when it comes to dungeon running and raid running and stuff like that, it's all match made, and people in that are so friendly. At least from my experience.
I've never had issues with any of them.
Yeah, never had a bad dungeon runner in Thingy. Because at the end of the day, they all realise it's sort of a team effort. Maybe there's just different ways it grabs people. In Guild Wars, because virtually everything in that is just public, there are no abilities to, there are no reasons to kick people or do stuff like that unless you are an absolute dickhead. And generally, with a lot of Guild Wars, the more the merrier. Content on that is designed to get more people in.
yeah.
To join like that. So the fact that it seems that for every step forward Blizzard is taking with WoW, they seem to just have. I mean, this is not
Their
necessarily a
people seem
Blizzard
to be
thing. It's
taking a
just the
step
people
back.
think it's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but
I
then
Like
hate everybody equally.
they've even implemented like Blizzard's even implemented things to. I was doing a dungeon with Sapphire yesterday,
hmm
and she didn't get to level 60 yet on her main.
yeah,
So I figured I don't really want to do Shadowlands anymore. I'm not getting any experience from any Shadowlands stuff. And so I was like, okay, we'll just queue for a dungeon.
yeah,
So I queued for a dungeon. There was a level 7 druid healer in my group. I'm level 62,
7.
and there was a level 7 druid healer.
Don't they? I remember when because we did dabble with Shadowlands for a little bit, and he has joined. In regards to that, didn't they do something that like scaling up?
Yes. The druid was able to heal a level 60 or 7, whatever just level dungeon we were in.
Mm.
And the druid was able to out DPS me and Sapphire combined and out heal.
Oh, honey, no.
So, okay, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that they were just a good player.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't played in a long time, so I don't even know how to play my character. And unfortunately, the higher level your character is, the more the stats actually matter.
Mm-hmm.
At a low level, you don't have gear with stats.
No.
You might have 1 or 2 in each stat, maybe 10 or something like that. At my level, I have 40 or 50 points into each stat.
Mm.
So his 1 point gets scaled up to match what something of my level should, whereas mine's not getting scaled. So he's probably got better stats equivalent to me because he's such a low level.
Yeah.
But like things like that are fine. Like I don't mind. I like that it makes queues a hell of a lot faster
Yeah. It.
if
Let's
people
say
from all levels can queue for any dungeon.
yeah. It's designed to get the gameplay loop going as quickly as possible, which is find people, get everyone on the feet, go through content, get rewards, queue again, do it again, repeat the loop.
Yeah. And we had a warlock in that group that knew what they were doing.
Hmm.
And when we came up to some of the bosses, he actually started talking and explaining
Yeah,
what we had to do.
yeah.
And I was like, "That's perfect because now I know what I'm doing for these bosses for dungeons I've never even heard of."
See, this is the bit that gets me. For as much as I like stuff aggregators like Wowhead and such that show you, mechanics of how to do fights and how mods would show you when a boss was about to do something, stuff like that. What people have to remember is that for all these aggregators and mods, there had to be someone who had to do the content first.
Yeah.
And people had to learn how to do the content. So expecting people to go in, because I know there's this mindset of a WoW player, for someone to go into a dungeon for the very first time and to have been expected to have read
Hell no. I'm not
how to
reading nothing.
how to do everything, and if you haven't and you misstep, bye bye. No, that's
Yeah.
stupid.
And the other thing is maybe they expect you to read it while you're in the dungeon, but they never give you any time. They just
No,
go, 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 go,
yeah, they've already
and
ran
then they'll complain
everything.
and they'll complain that you're not doing anything.
Yeah. Now I know,
No
I know, I know on a,
boy.
I know on Final Fantasy 14, Steph, you'll probably know about this. The concept of running what they call wall to wall.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I should know this. I'm the tank.
yeah, as a tank, that's something that Steph is supposed to learn at this point once he's ready to, because a lot of people are happy for you to get on your grip. It's like, looking at Steph, it's like when you go into a new dungeon, it'll say, or when you go into a dungeon for the first time, it says some roles have not done this dungeon before. You'll get bonus experience for doing it. That's like, ah, cool. And then someone could go, yeah, like Steph was a gladiator and
That's
it's a first time tank, and people
that
will.
is something they need to add to World of Warcraft.
Hmm.
A a group bonus for allowing new players
Yeah,
or players that are or characters that have not done that dungeon.
yeah, and it's a
Because
good incentive.
for the professions, they've added that.
Mm.
The first time you craft something, you get knowledge, which you can put to your specialization.
Mm.
Um,
Somewhat similar on Guild. Somewhat similar on Guild was in the sense of how you level up the professions. They have a system called Discovery, and that when you discover a recipe or you craft something for the first time, you'll get bonus experience for that
yeah,
sort of
see
thing. So,
this you don't get experience in this one.
but you get something that'll help you towards specializing somewhere else.
Yeah, you get a token, which is basically a talent point for your specialization.
Hmm.
And so many points into each specialization gives you XYZ for your specialization. Like
Yeah.
mining, you get bonus mining skill in mining veins or higher chance of certain loots.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like they should add that to dungeons.
Yeah. And I know that the comeback again. This will come back from the certain WoW purists. Will go, oh, why are you being handheld through everything? It's like, because here's the thing.
I'm here to enjoy the game.
Yeah, you're here to enjoy the game and you want to learn and experience it. No one goes into World of Warcraft. No one should be going into World of Warcraft or and any RPG and be expected by people in there for you to have mastered it already. I
Yeah.
don't. I didn't play Final Fantasy 14 and have people come in and expect me to know the entire lore from A Realm Reborn to Endwalker before I started A Realm Reborn.
Yeah. And see, my biggest problem that I have is I have history with the game
Mm.
a long time ago.
It's changed so much since then.
Yeah. Like originally when I played, level 70 was the max level.
Mm. And
It's now
that's
the
and
max
that's
level again.
Yeah, no, and that's at level 70 before the stat squish. So that was level 70, which would have been Burning
Burning
Crusade at that
Crusade.
point. Yeah,
Yeah. So, and it also took you almost a week to get from 60 to 70.
yeah.
Not you can do it in a day or two
Not
now.
not blast it in half a day.
Yeah.
We're taking a small break to have a cheese sandwich. You know.
Yeah. Um but my experience gives me some of the basics of the UI and stuff like that. That's about
Hmm.
all I have experience with now is the UI.
Yeah.
And did you leave your UI the exact same as it was originally?
No.
No, everybody customizes their UI.
Mhm.
So I now have to try to remember how I had customized it, what I did to customize it, all that while trying to figure out how to play the game again.
Mhm.
There's a lot going on. You're not starting from level 1 because you usually have some characters. You're like, "Oh, I'll just hop back into my character."
Yeah.
And it's overwhelming. Like
Where's
it's
where's
like,
half my hotkeys gone? Why have my 15 skills now got condensed down to 5?
yeah.
So,
And or do I even remember what skills my character had?
yeah.
Like,
Hell, do they even work anymore? Is the rotation
yeah.
the same? Is
And things are very different now. Like a balanced druid used to be able to still throw heals, but my druid, when I'm in balance form, if I throw 4 heals, I run out of mana.
mm,
Literally 4 heals, and I'm out of mana.
yeah. So
Each
now,
heal costs a quarter of my mana.
Jesus. Yeah, because it hasn't it changed now that mana costs for heals are percentage based, not.
Yes, the mana cost is a percentage base,
Raka.
and it depends on your spec, I believe.
Mm,
So if you're in restoration spec, the mana cost is reduced
yeah.
so that you can
So
actually still heal. Because if you can only cast 4 heals as a restoration druid,
you are in a problem.
yeah.
Yeah. You've made your 2.5 minute combats last 15 seconds and not in a good way.
But I will give them one thing.
Okay.
Before, when I played WoW, maybe it's my skill level now.
Mm,
Um, but when I used to play WoW, pretty much no mobs except for elites were scary in the world.
yeah. And that was the thing. An elite mob
Like,
was meant to be
yeah,
like
an elite mob was meant to be, you can't fight that alone,
yeah, hogger.
or you better be fucking amazing at your class,
Mhm.
or kiting, or be a hunter.
Hey,
It'd be amazing at your class or kite or just be a hunter.
Yeah,
hey,
that's the sad part is, Stefan. You know that's true. Hunters can pretty much
Brian
solo
saying
whatever the hell
hey.
they want.
Yeah, hunters
Um,
should know that.
but
I think
so
they
my
took away
biggest,
some of the heals though from.
I think they've put it only under beastmasters can heal their pets properly.
But
Mm,
I am a beastmaster and I don't have these. I
Then
used to
maybe you
have
have to.
the. I used to have a skill of when my pets did damage, they got healed by a percentage of the damage they did, and I
That
don't
might
have that skill anymore.
that might be a stat on your gear called leech.
No, it used to be a skill, so I remember activating it.
Well, anyways,
Anyways, hunters.
yeah. What I was trying to say is, I've found that they have actually made it so you have to learn to play your class to
Mm,
quest. That being said, I've run into a lot of mobs that I cannot kill just by throwing damage at them. They will kill me before I kill them.
yeah.
If you don't interrupt abilities or move out of abilities, and both a lot of the times. Like there was this one area I had to Google my class today to figure out what my interrupt was because all I could figure out was my knockback, and my knockback wasn't enough to stop this mob from casting an ability that basically channels my whole health.
Ah,
So I would knock back one ability, and then a few seconds later he'd cast it again. So I'm sitting there spamming heals on myself because I'm in healing spec, trying to keep myself alive through the channel, and then deal a little bit of damage in between. And it's just like I am not winning this battle, and it was just so much work. But as soon as I started interrupting his abilities, all of a sudden I won't go below like 80-90% health
yeah.
because I interrupted his damage. So I do like that because before, very rarely did quest mobs or anything like that have any special abilities.
Mm,
They were all just sort of grind, maybe the occasional single quest boss kind of thing. But now it's just random mobs in the world. Almost every mob, you actually have to have some sort of an idea of how they're going to fight you.
mm-hmm. Because
Every
they're not going
mob
to fight you the
casts,
same way.
yeah, every mob fights, like, every mob pretty much casts something now. And sometimes it's not that important.
Mm.
Sometimes it's something as simple as they put a curse on you. I put a spell on you
Now you're mine.
because you're mine. No, but like,
I like the pain you do. Ugh.
and okay, yeah, if a mob puts a curse on you, they couldn't really make it so that that was dangerous because not all classes can remove curses.
Yeah.
Not all classes can remove magic. Not all classes can remove poison. So things like that they can't make murder you.
Mm.
But every class or every character has some sort of an interrupt.
Yeah.
They have basically made sure of that. And they're basically teaching you to pay attention to mobs casting
Mm.
in lieu of dungeons and raids because you have to be paying attention to it.
Yeah. You have to learn.
Um, and before, like I said, when I was questing in Burning Crusade and all that stuff, not that I quested much, but the most mobs in the world, you never had to pay any attention to that. The only time you learned about interrupts was when you were going through dungeons and raids.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you could also chain pull shit tons of mobs. Now, that being said, you could still do that. If you know how to play your character or you know what kind of mobs you can pull, you can chain pull mobs. Like my class, I have an instant cast that can hit 3 targets.
Right.
No cooldown, and it slows. That's a lot of good stuff all in one. Yeah. It puts a slow and it deals decent amount of damage and hits 3 targets. I don't want to know what you're doing.
I was slowed.
I know, but it was
I was. It's just no. I
it
was
was well
running.
like.
I was running with my memory stick weapons.
But as an invoker, we have like literally a ranged ability that can hit 3 targets
Mm-hmm.
and puts a slow on them.
Yeah.
And it's instant cast. All they have to do is be in front of you. So you could be moving around and casting that constantly and kite 3 mobs around pretty much indefinitely.
Mm.
Because as long as you're hitting them, they won't reset. Um, but is it recommended? Because you can't look in all 360 degrees around you while you're doing this. So are you going to run into some other mobs and get yourself overwhelmed? But now that so like I'm saying, you can easily AoE kite a whole bunch of mobs just to level or finish a quest really fast.
Yeah.
But it's all about how you play. Like Sapphire was playing and kept dying on the same quest line.
Oof.
The reason she was dying is because she had to kill. I don't know if she was doing something wrong on the quest or not, but she had a helper with the quest who kept aggroing a whole bunch of extra stuff when he went into fight.
Ah.
And I don't know if that was part of it or what, but he would end up dying, and then she would end up dying because the helper's dead.
Yeah.
From what I've experienced in the new expansion, the helpers are actually really smart. They target what you target.
Right.
So it's almost like having a hunter's pet where you're hitting control 1 all the time and sending it after your target.
Right.
But they only do it when you're actually attacking them, not just who you're targeting. If you're actively attacking that person with a spell or your auto attack, your helper will target that target and
Okay.
probably taunt it off you. So the helpers have definitely gotten smarter with the expansion.
But
But
they
yeah,
still require you to do stuff. I guess I like the whole thing with sort of mobs now doing, let's say, dungeon style and raid style abilities in open world, because I guess it's a step towards learning how to play. Like I guess there was a thing back in the day where, yeah, like you said, just tank and spanking mobs out in the open world did not teach you for what some of the bosses could get up to
yeah,
in dungeons. I mean, some still change on there. There were bosses with truly unique mechanics. Um, I mean, still facing going into like the
Well, look at the
the
twins, whatever
fortress.
they were.
Yeah.
Like where you had to kill one and the other, and you had to tank them separately and stuff like that.
Yeah, keeping them away from each other because if they got
Yeah.
together, they would do boons. The one that got me that I used to remember was maybe it wasn't as fully as unique at the time, but still facing Bronjam in the Forge of Souls or whatever it was in Ice Crown. You know, that was just quite clearly James Brown. But then having to sort of do movements, you know, or even like boss fights where you had to like effectively stay still or dance, you know,
Yeah.
following certain patterns. You know, bosses where and sort of Final Fantasy then brought this into it where you had to physically turn away from the character or turn away from the boss because it would like do some sort of Gorgon style petrify on you and you know stuff like that. There's mechanics in WoW that other RPGs have taken, you know, from there. There's still at the end of the day, there's still a reason why games try and fail to be WoW.
Well, WoW was the original.
Mm.
Like it really was.
Yeah.
Like all of these open world, massively multiplayer RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't um they didn't exist until WoW.
Mm.
And then like the closest thing that they had was games like RuneScape.
Yeah.
That was probably the closest open world RPG.
RuneScape, Moo, Legend of Mia, stuff like that.
I don't even know what Moo was, but
There was basically a lot of, in terms of a Western MMO, nothing really existed before WoW.
yeah.
Or like say before RuneScape, I guess, or like such as RuneScape in the East, in you know China and Japan and stuff like that. Games, the MMOs were doing that all the time anyway, but they didn't have, you know, they didn't have this sort of this mechanic down like Blizzard ended up doing with World of Warcraft. From there.
Yeah. Like they really brought the like pay attention to your environment and your party,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a 5-man party or a 20, 40-man party. They brought groups like that together for one and really made environment important.
Yeah.
The closest thing to an environment thing that you ever had to worry about in RuneScape was accidentally walking into the PvP area.
Yeah.
And I remember playing the game and being lured into the PvP area not knowing what it was. And they
It
used to do
wasn't.
that to noobs all the time.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, I did that.
Even.
Yeah. You just get people to follow you in and you just slaughter them as soon as they walk across the line,
Yeah.
take their stuff and walk back across the line.
But then I used to also do it to people who used to trick noobs. I used to walk around in like really poopy gear.
Oh, he was that
Uh,
guy.
Yeah.
And then I turn around and slaughter them. And they're like, thanks for the gear.
Yeah.
See, I like the people like you because
It's like, because I'm a basically full on mage and I hit you like a truck.
yeah.
Bye.
Honk honk. Boom. Right. So we should probably
Move on.
we've let Terry indulge for nearly 50 minutes on or 45 minutes on World of Warcraft.
That's why it's called Warcraft or
Yeah.
Warcraft. That's why
Yeah.
it's called Warcraft.
You know what? That's the main event of the podcast. I haven't played anything new this week.
Hold on.
Really. Steph, did you play anything new, or have you sort
New?
of still? Yeah, new.
No,
No, no.
You
All
played
right.
Warcraft.
You
that's
played
not
Warcraft.
new.
Yeah, but we've just talked 45 minutes about Warcraft. All right.
Definitely not new to this conversation.
Yeah, no. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to move to the news for like 15 minutes or so. I'll put another snooze on there. We've got 20 minutes or 15 minutes to talk about news stories, so about 5 minutes of news piece. Let's start Wizards of the Coast, shall we?
The main thing is we started off with news anyway.
We did in a sense.
Yeah, we started off with the whole YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't really where we were going. That was just more of an idea of talking that why we are heading towards towards
By the way,
Twitch.
cum dumpster is a good word.
Cum dumpster.
Yeah.
But but ability isn't.
Yes.
Welcome to the world of the internet.
Yeah, share everything on Twitch, please. Share,
Twitch is gonna take over.
yeah. Please
I have
spread
to
the
admit
word
though,
and get us to get people to follow us on Twitch, please. As much as we're still saying Duncan will play Sonic Adventure 2 if we hit 100 Twitch YouTube subscribers, it's quite clear that YouTube doesn't want us. Twitch will take us for ad revenue.
YouTube wants cat videos.
No, YouTube wants the people they've already got.
They want cat videos.
They don't even want cat videos anymore. Let's think
Yeah,
about
that's
this.
probably offensive to be honest, because my
Yeah.
cat doesn't play that way.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Terry, we've tried to get you to do a video of you and your pussy for a while, but you know.
Oh, I'll put my pussy on the
pussies,
camera at any minute.
pussies, Ryan, and he's already put one on camera.
One was on earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway,
Now she's sleeping in front of my TV.
Wizards of the Coast. I look the way that this article's going from PC Gamer. Someone's asked the person who's put the headline on it, Jody McGregor of PC Gamer, has said, "Can something that hasn't been announced really be cancelled?"
No.
But Wizards of the Coast has reportedly cancelled at least 5 video games in development. This might be coming off the back of issues with what was the recent game? Dark Alliance. We tried it. It wasn't that
What?
great. It was me and Martin tried it at least anyway. It was like a third person party action RPG that had the characters from the Baldur's Gate universe or the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance universe. And it was competent. It wasn't like a mess, but it wasn't great. It didn't provide anything new.
It didn't flow.
In a sense, yeah.
Oh.
And it seems to be on that as a result of that not hitting expectations, Wizards just canned a whole bunch of games.
Because they're all probably the same.
Yeah, let's be fair.
Here's the sequels and prequels to that one game.
Oh god, yeah, yeah. Our Dark Alliance universe has been cancelled. However, one game that hasn't been affected is Baldur's Gate 3, which is still on track because it's been in early access for ages. And Larian Studios, who did, if I could get us a play session where we could play Divinity 2, I would do it. It's like a 4-player turn-based RPG. It's like a sort of tactical RPG, but there's chaos. You can basically do the story your way. You can follow the quests if you want, but any NPC is killable, every item's lootable, and every person's inventory can be filled with random shit.
My inventory's already done that way, so you can't help it. You can't fill my inventory. No, Stefan's is worse than mine. He showed me his inventory on WoW.
Oh god.
It's bad.
Yeah, well, let's think of it this way. Here's how we'd make it worse. What if, Terry, while Steph's having a conversation, you could go into Steph's inventory and just start adding random boxes into his inventory?
I want to do it.
That's Divinity. I played this on console with Martin and we never really got back round to it, but
actually,
there was a situation that I'm trying to have a conversation with an NPC to learn some information about a murder that had happened, and while that's happening, Martin is on his screen trading boxes inside boxes, because this is the thing, every container you could put something in the container. So Martin gave me a fucking babushka doll of boxes and just put one box in my inventory, and I looked in, it's like, what's this box doing here? What's in this box? Oh, here's another box. What's in that box? Oh, fuck. And I was wondering why I couldn't walk, because I was overburdened.
I was doing that to Stefan in one of the Minecraft games. Because one of the Minecraft games I had the ability to go into his inventory, so I just started moving stuff around in his inventory or putting stuff into his inventory.
Yeah. But that's
I think I really noticed until you took one of my tools.
Yeah. I took one thing right out of his hand.
But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 looks like it's going to be fine, and I'll let you know and see. We need to find out if there's going to be Divinity 2 on deep discount somewhere, because it's online multiplayer, and the storyline looks pretty cool. It's like a whole bunch of people that you're trying to become the next big sorcerer, but only one of you can be it. But if you do it as a party, it's like, all this. I expect like the last quest with all of you will be to kill each other until one of you wins or whatever. But
I
it'd
will
be
be
fun to try,
victorious.
and maybe we can put it in as a play session idea at some point along with all the others. Once we reschedule a play session at some point, I don't know if the Fridays are working anymore, but we'll talk about that at another time. Other news. Oh, Terry, you were talking about World of Warcraft. You
Yes.
didn't mention it too much.
No, not too much.
But here's a Polygon story. So, do you know in the US there was a massive issue with electing the Speaker of the House?
I've heard.
Yeah, so according to Polygon here, World of Warcraft's Leroy Jenkins invades historic Speaker of the House vote. That's a headline straight off, isn't it? So now the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, whatever his name is, has finally been elected after 12 times. It's like I am representing to vote, and he's representing to vote. Oh, we're just gonna split the vote so no one's there. All right, cool. Right now you can stop becoming. We're not gonna vote for Speaker of the House until you step down. Well, I'm not doing it. I'm putting myself forward to vote. We're not voting until you step down. Right, I'm putting myself forward to vote. It's like, oh Jesus Christ! Stop. But so what's happened here with Hakeem Jeffries of New York had won the ballot 5 times, but it wasn't a majority to allow him to come speak for the House. But they had, but there was apparently a situation where they had to sit through a recall, a roll call of having to name all the people for the voting, which then led to someone unintentionally shouting, "Hakeem Jeffries!" It's like, oh, gee. It's like Leroy Jenkins all over it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there's now a video somewhere of someone calling Hakeem Jeffries. Oh my god, he just voted in. So we just had to just add that bit of news there straight off. Is God of War any good? Don't know. Didn't play it. It wasn't our game of the year because we didn't play it.
Yeah, that one. I'm like, what the hell? How did that even happen? How does something get Game of the Year
I
or
mean,
get
how can something be
like?
nominated for? I mean, it's Jeff Keighley's The Game
Yeah.
Awards, but it was done intentionally. A game was voted was nominated Game of the Year before it was released, knowing that it would be released before the Game Awards. And to be fair, it still lost. Elden Ring won. But I mean, let's be honest. 2022 games that came out were Elden Ring and other games, according to mainstream games media.
I haven't played
Dragon
Elden Ring.
Age didn't come out, so I don't count any
Yeah.
other game.
It was the game what Elden Ring come out. It was the year Elden Ring.
I tried it, at least.
Hey, there was other stuff. Like I said, actually that's the point. We released a video on Saturday. It was Duncan's choice for. I mean, to be fair, it's a bit wordy. We just went game of the year at this point because game that we played this year that we enjoyed that wasn't necessarily from this year is a little bit wordy.
We should do totally wordy Wordles stuff.
Totally wordy wordles.
Exactly.
But yeah. So Duncan's was Symphony of War: The Nephilim Saga. So he's chosen one of his games. But last bit of news. So you should go watch that. It's on the YouTube channel. You know, the one that we said, don't worry about. It's not gonna. At Immaterial Gamers YT. Duncan explains why he enjoyed it. Mostly, it has critique in there. Nothing is perfect, but it was a game that he enjoyed enough to give him his game of the year. So that's how that is. Check it out. Last news. According to PlayStation's boss, it's not Jim Jeffries. Jim Ryan.
Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries. No, Jim Ryan.
How did you forget that last name?
To be honest, I just had
Ryan. How did you forget that his last name is Ryan?
I don't know. Just because my name's Ryan doesn't mean I psychically know anyone else that has Ryan as their first or last name.
You
Okay,
do.
Jeffries. I mean
Terry
Ryan.
Terry Ryan. Um. Anyway, yeah. So file this under "I'll believe it when I fucking see it." According to Jim Ryan, the PlayStation 5 shortage is officially over. They,
Is it now?
yeah. So he says that during the CES press conference for this year, he was happy to share that the biggest month ever for PS5 console sales, where now we've sold more than 30 million units to consumers. So everyone who wants a PS5 should have a much easier time finding one at retailers globally, starting from this point forward. Believe it when I see it. I'm still seeing
I don't really
console.
want one anyways, so
Well, I've lost my feeling that I actually want one. I'm not going out of my way to get one now because
I don't play consoles.
they all got scalped.
Yeah, that's my issue now. I don't play consoles enough.
Yeah,
I didn't play my PlayStation 3 enough to really care about it. It
yeah,
literally became a glorified Netflix player slash whatever I wanted to
yeah.
watch on it at the time.
And I think I've mentioned this before. We got the Xbox Series S in the house by chance from Blackpool, from an arcade, through the collection of tokens because we knew how to get the jackpots on the slot machine.
So you cheated.
No, no.
Sounds to
It's
me like you cheated.
like counting cards. We just saw an opening and we took the opportunity. But we got the console, and let's be honest, the only reason it's in there is because of Game Pass, and half the games that we can play on PC on the Game Pass, we can cross over to the Xbox if we don't want to sit in a PC chair and sit on a couch instead. Sony doesn't have that.
Move your PC to move your
I,
PC to the couch.
I can't be asked. It's all set up now. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, still walking past a CEX. They expected CEX, Computer and Entertainment Exchange, expected us to name their company or to say their company as Sex. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go and check and see if there's any pre-owned games at the local Sex. No, CEX and always CEX. But yeah, still walking past and seeing a disc version of the PS5, even with the shortages gone, being at 3 times the price of retail. Doesn't say to me that the shortage is over.
No.
Or if it does, it says that CEX have lost so much money on buying that console that they need to make the money back. So
They probably have to make a lot of money back.
yeah. But well, good for you, Jim Ryan, Jim Jeffries, Jimothy Ryanify, whatever your name is,
Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket. Yeah, there we go. Let's think of it this way. I guess I'm not. I'm guessing at that point I won't be.
You're not a real boy, anyways.
Uh, no, what I was actually about to say was just yeah. No, I guess we won't be getting a free console off. We're not influential enough to be getting a free console off Sony anytime soon.
You have received a free PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I've just received. Hold on. Yeah, I've just received a communication. Oh, J.Ryan
Yes,
at
pig.
James.Ryan at googlemail.com. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. It's a bit weird that Jim Ryan's using Google Mail. You have one free PS5. Provide bank details. All right, cool. Sweet. I'll be expecting that in 28 days.
And then tomorrow you look at your bank account and it's empty.
It'll be fine. I'm sure they're just checking to make sure that my money is legal.
They just put a hold on it. That's all it is.
Yeah. That's fine. Right, with that bombshell, I need to get in contact with an anti-fraud department, and we need to start wrapping up this podcast. So, before we explain stuff, the schedule for this week's streams. Tomorrow, the not yet titled Monday stream. I don't know if I'm going to be playing... Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be playing John Wick Hex tomorrow. I might play another game. I titled it as the game that got away. and I've not been.
Game that got away.
I was having more frustration with the game than enjoying the game. So I might see if there's something else to play instead. I'm sort of holding out until Persona 3 Portable comes out, and then I'll be playing that on the Not Yet Titled Monday stream. Yeah, so that means I'll be doing 3 RPG-based streams in a week. Don't worry about it. Tuesday, I don't know what's happening, but usually there has been some form of stream going on with Duncan and Andrea with a Better Together or Sibling Rivalry. They're doing it. Wednesday, because I did put it on the Twitter, unless Steph changes his mind, Moriarty style, Dual Play returns. So him and Darius are going to be carrying on through Void Train and taking out space Nazis.
I enjoyed watching them play Void Train.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happens.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think the first episode back will be trying to recap because I have no idea what went on.
Yeah, that's the problem when you leave and you've not had it for a while. Thursday, we're back on the Howling Abyss for Teamfight Thursdays.
Unless you decide you want to change teamfight tactics, so I might be around.
We'll see what happens. You never know. Might get Terry to start learning how to do shoutcasting. We'll teach him the hard way on shoutcasting.
Shoutcasting?
Yeah, it's commentary. We'll just shut up and not say anything, and Terry can just shoutcast his way through. Oh look, and Ryan casted a skill. It was it looked
Sorry,
like
I had a panic moment.
It looked like a bubble. Oh.
I had a panic moment.
Oh, jeez.
I was gonna crash Stefan's ship into the ground. I think he had a panic moment too.
Yeah, look at him on the camera. Look at him on the camera.
I literally, I was coming at the ground and I was like, I'm not slowing down. I'm not slowing down as much as I thought I was.
Oh dear. Friday.
What a finish.
I don't know what's going on. Play session. We'll find out. Depend what the game is. It depends on who turns up and when everyone's available, and that's when we stream. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday, role-playing Not In My Games. I'm continuing with Chained Echoes. It looks like I'm getting towards the end of the game. There's not that much in terms of playtime left, but that's I'm really enjoying it and I want to carry on. And then in a couple of weeks' time, because the LEC is restarting for League of Legends, our Fantasy League is coming back, and they're going to be shorter. They're going to be snappier. They're going to be a bit more perilous. Because the splits only last 6 weeks now, not 11. So that'll be fun to do, but we'll get back into that from there. And then other than that, all that can be said is you and your
He's guiding me.
Wow.
You can't use my camera from that angle.
Jesus Christ. Right, and then thanks for coming in, listening, and watching. And remember that the VOD for this will go out on Thursday, as per, and then you can listen to any of the Immaterial Gamers podcasts wherever your podcasts are served, and you can watch them on the YouTube channel along with other videos that we'll be looking to do, not just uploading VODs. But we'll be doing that at Immaterial Gamers YT. And please spread the word. Fill the bar. We're looking to fill the follower bar. Fill the follower bar. Once we get 100+ followers, and it stays that way by the end of any given month, we will start 12 Hours One Idiot as streams. Almost impossible challenges to do within 12 hours for various games. I will start it with Sonic Adventure, 130 emblems, 12 hours, one idiot. I'm the idiot. Get it?
I was going to say, I'm hoping you're the idiot.
Yeah. And then if we can
it's worth it.
Yeah. And then, again, at the end of any given month, if we can get 100 YouTube subscribers, Duncan will do the same. I tried to get more gold bars, but I can only do one at a time. It's annoying. And maybe I'll have to figure out other overlay stuff I'll have to learn. If we can do that again, with YouTube, Duncan will play Sonic Adventure 2, and we'll go for 180 emblems, 12 hours, one idiot. I will be deleting the posts that say if we get to 150 subscribers and followers by New Year, because you missed that goal. Yeah.
Well, there is always another New Year.
Yeah, I guess there is, but I'm not having a lowball value of 150 now. for
I think you should.
Sonic 06. You missed the boat. You could have all just shared, and you could have tortured me and Duncan, but apparently you're too kind.
I should have just made like 5 accounts.
No, that's cheating. I want people to spread the word.
Yeah, but would
I'd
you
like,
know?
like
Would you really know?
like people are coming in
He would,
listening to the podcast.
he would
like,
not. He would not accept any account that's been made in the last 2 months.
yeah, something like that. And I
Well, what
certainly
if I
don't
have
accept.
10 accounts from last year?
And I certainly don't accept accounts
Harry,
that want to.
I'm making 20 right now in case we do it for this year.
I'm certainly not accepting accounts that then just wander in and go, "You've not got many views because I notice you've not got emotes. Would you like me to make emotes for you for price here that are just the same as they're just badges. They're just badges.
The
Don't
better
even
thing
get me
is,
started.
they
Badger,
say
badger,
that and
badger,
they're
badger,
sat
badger.
there with a Batman logo.
Mushroom, mushroom. Badger, badger,
No,
badger,
badges.
badger,
Badges
badger,
is
badger, 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 badger.
my
Mushroom, mushroom.
right, right.
We've
Great.
all lost the plot.
Yeah. So yeah, spread the word. Spread the word. Make us go more insane. That's just how that's going to work.
More?
Yeah,
Is that
because
possible?
I've got, like I said, I've got tons of ideas for 12 Hours One Idiot, but I'm not doing them when no one's watching them. It's that simple. You want to torture us with 12-hour streams? Show you want to be there. It's that simple. And graphics designers, the no soliciting tag has now been activated. Don't sell your shit here. Thank you. That's about as polite as I'm going to make it. But yeah, right. From me, Terry, and Steph, and for anyone who's been watching, Maya hee, Maya ha, Maya bye bye.
I don't know you people.
Bye bye.
Bye. Wait, where's the outro? Here's the outro. Bye bye.